In our studio this morning, a lot of good fiddling music. It's going to be going on filling the hills this weekend up in Llano because the Llano Fiddle Fest is coming up this weekend. And in our studio is John Caballero.
Good morning, Ed and Kay.
Good morning.
John.
Thank you so much for making the trek up here. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's awesome anytime to come up and talk fiddles.
Yeah, and this is a big event that they do in Llano every year. A 3-day festival. It's all going to kick off on Friday and ends on Sunday. And man, y'all have got lots of entertainment going on.
It's a whole weekend packed full of activities. This actually be our 38th year we've had a fiddle contest in Llano.
Amazing. And
even in Central Texas, we've had such great fiddlers over the past, 50, 60 years. And they started this fiddle contest. Unfortunately, the older guys, you get old, and they passed away, and it kind of went away for a year. And I played with a lot of these old fiddlers. They're inspiring, motivating, and they play for the right reasons because they just love to play.
Right, exactly.
And they were talking about the Fiddle Fest, fiddle contest, and I said, okay, let me see what I can do about picking it back up again. So 5 years ago, we decided to go ahead and expand just from a fiddle contest to a 3-day festival, include a lot of fiddling activities, starting with air-fiddle.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what I was practicing.
Kay's been practicing on that.
Now, I'll show you my skills
practicing
later.
is illegal and forbidden.
Oh, man!
Now, the festival that's going on this weekend, you mentioned the old fiddlers that have been there and doing their thing. Young fiddlers, though, is what gets me. I go to these shows and I see these little bitty kids getting up there with fiddles, and I'm going, how in the world did they do that? John, can you remember what is the youngest that you've ever had to enter the fiddle contest?
Probably 5 or 6. Our youth division is now, we used to have a lot more divisions than we do now, but now it's 0 to 15. But if you are 14 or 15 and good enough and want to compete in the open division,
bigger boys,
where the prize money is, you can, and we actually have a couple of those youngsters competing now. And what's amazing about the young fiddlers is they're at least half young girls now. I mean, 15 years ago, you're lucky if you saw 1 or 2 young girls competing.
Yeah.
But the young girls, are actually picking up the mantle and really doing really well and awesome
great
in fiddling.
Now,
exciting.
You got a 3-day event. Kind of go through the schedule with us real quick.
Okay, we start on Friday night at the Badoo House with air fiddle, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And anybody can come and compete in air fiddle. We have prizes. That's going to go on till about 7:15. Then we actually have a real fiddle contest.
Right.
We call it anything goes, tricks or licks, and anybody can compete as long as you incorporate a fiddle in your performance, and you can sing and play the fiddle. You can do twin fiddles. You can do tricks with a fiddle.
Can you do an Irish jig with a fiddle?
Absolutely.
All right.
Anything you cannot do in the contest, it's open up for anything goes, and that
Gotcha.
usually is a really fun event. Then we transition to Saturday morning. Contest starts at 10 o'clock. Starts with we like to call our senior division the Legend Division. And they'll start at 10 o'clock, followed by the 0 to 15 Youth Division. And that should end probably about noonish. Then we go to 1 o'clock, and that's when the Open Division will start. Hopefully,
And that's all at the Lantex.
That's all at the Lantex, and hopefully we'll finish that by 5 o'clock. And then we'll get the theater ready for our 7:30 concert at the Lantex also that night.
Which is going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Warren Hood and Ruby Jane are 2 awesome violinists also, and fiddlers.
Right.
And in addition to being awesome vocalists. So it's just great to have those 2 together. Everything is by donation. All the events are by donation only, and they go to the donations will go to our Meals on Wheels and Llano Area Food Bank.
That's great.
Our two main nonprofits we want to donate to, except for the concert, and it's only $5 if you get your tickets early. $10 at the door, and we were fortunate to get a grant from Commission on the Arts to help with the band fees. That's why
wonderful.
we can keep the tickets so low.
All right.
That's great.
And then Sunday, celebrating Easter Sunday, you got a cowboy breakfast and Easter service that's going on there at the park, and then more fiddling in the afternoon. Boy, I mean, it's just a full weekend.
Right. We have, even on Sunday, Howard Raines and Tricia Spencer are great fiddlers, musicians. Howard's is a historian who gathers old fiddle tunes from the late 1800s and early 1900s, how they were played in Texas. He preserves them, he plays them, he gives a little history, and Tricia's the same way, except she's more... I think Tricia's from Kansas. I know she's from north of Waco somewhere.
We'll forgive her for that. Yeah.
And but Howard's an awesome artist too, folk art. So we have some of his prints of some of his paintings at the museum, where we have our Fiddler Museum exhibit too. So.
Which, by the way, you're invited to visit throughout the weekend. I know on Friday from noon to 5 there's going to be an exhibit, an instrument and art exhibit.
Right, we have instruments and photos and bios of a lot of our fiddlers that played all the last 50, 60 years in Llano County area.
All right, well, y'all get out there this weekend and enjoy the Llano Fiddle Fest. Big weekend. John Caballero, thank you for coming in and talking to us about
Can I give you a phone number real quick?
Oh, sure. Yes, please.
325-247-5354. That's our chamber, and they can direct you to anybody that you need to talk to.
All right. We'll have a link and to the Llano Fiddle Fest website, plus that phone number on our website and our Facebook page as well, so you can just click on it from there if you need to.
That's right. John, good to see you. And in honor of the Llano Fiddle Fest, we got to play this one. There we go.
Of course.
KBEY.